Hello everyone, this is DD1 here, and today I'm making a video that I wasn't sure when I would end up making it, but here we are. And this is about an item that, as you guys might have seen recently, there was a listing on eBay and then the listing went down. Now I did a poll referencing this item not that long ago, and there were many people that participated in that, so thank you for that. A majority said to keep, but I found myself in quite the predicament where it's like, well, it felt like it was the right time. Just everything happens for a reason. There's destiny, there's things like that, and ultimately there is somebody out there that wanted this item more than I did, and I worked really hard to get this item. It was not easy, and of course I'm talking about Frosty the Snowman in the middle there. And to get this item, it took many months. It took dealing with multiple people, multiple proposals. It even involved, at one point, having a custom animatronic commissioned in order to obtain this item. And this item was set to actually be completely customized for a Christmas haunt, where it would be like covered in fake blood and stuff like that. And I can guarantee that had I not gone it when I did, the original factory box would have been thrown out. So there was a lot on the line, and I'm very thankful I was able to act when I did to preserve this item for years to come. And initially, the only thing wrong with it was that the head turned out to split gear, but that was fixed. And at one point, the dancing mechanism would squeak. That, as far as I recall, has since been fixed and should not be an issue anymore, but it might start happening again. But the stitching has never been undone on the fabric, which is really, really nice for this kind of item. And I couldn't be happier with it personally. And so I'll show you the box a little more. So on the top it says, sample Dallas Jimmy, and then there's that like blank white sticker there, and on the inside there's not much really to see. But on the outside here we have this. It says car number 26. And I've learned more about these kinds of boxes, and I'm pretty sure that means this was on a pallet. So this was not shipped overseas by itself. This was on a pallet of many samples, and this was the 26th carton on that pallet. And you can see the item number. There's only one of them in there, the dimensions of the box, and all of that stuff. Now, this item, it's really unique in a lot of ways. One way is that it's a unique height. So if I had a 4-foot Santa with me still, I'd put it next to it, but he is roughly around the height of the 4-foot Santa, like with his hat. So his body, I think his body without his head is probably a little bit above 3 feet. And then you have the head on, it's roughly 4 feet. And then you have some 5-foot characters next to him. And wow, they look really just yellowed and discolored next to him because his fabric is so bright. I don't think that that's discoloration on their fabrics. I think that's just the particular fabric used, but it sure does look that way. His base is yellowed, sadly, though. But it's just a fascinating piece, and it's all plush, stuffed. This arm does move, but barely. It's not really designed to move a whole lot. And that's just the way it is. And same with this arm. This arm is also stitched right here. There's 2 of these scarf pieces here, in case you were curious. This is like inflatable fabric, but maybe a little nicer. And this is, of course, the typical plush of that time material, though it's quite soft in one direction, not so much in the other. The hat has a spring in it. There's the label on the base. The base is white, but it's painted this really unique blue color on the outside. The labeling is like that prototype 5-foot monster I used to own. Since the base is painted, they actually put stick-on labels for all that, so you can see it says 9-volt, aux, mic, off, on, mic, aux, and volume. And there's this sample tag, which you will see on fabric-based items that are samples or prototypes. And if you want to see a demonstration of this guy, I have already filmed a video on him, but I will show you what it looks like with the head off, because I'm sure many of you are curious about that. Head is kind of stuck. Okay, there we go. So here's his head. It's very heavy, and there's actually a resin neck ring around the head plate here, which is really neat. So there is resin on this item. And this head has never been opened up, so I do not know how extensive that really is, or really what the inside of the head contains. I've gotten myself curious on this, and I'm just kind of peeking in there. But yeah, so there might actually be an entire resin head under here, now that I think about it. And then here is this. You can see you got that typical plate. The fabric is maybe a little stretched around from having to work on it, but it's not been undone, which is really nice. And it's the typical belt-driven mech. There's a lot of foam throughout this, and then down here we have springs like the typical snowmen of the time. And these, I believe, are just the normal Santa shoes under here. And here is Frosty in the collapsed position. As you can see, he is really short, and it's kind of baffling that they made an item so short that still collapses down for storage. But yeah, it's a really fascinating piece of history, and I couldn't be happier with it, really. I mean, it's incredible, but there's someone that's really passionate about Frosty the Snowman, and that listing was only up within a day, up and down within the same day, which is just, I was not expecting that, but it happened. And I definitely got a reasonable offer, which I accepted. And that is why the listing went down. It did in fact sell, but it kind of became a private thing. And yes, this is like the 5-foot skeleton hats where it kind of collapses down because of the spring. But yeah, guys, that's really all there is to show and say. It's been nice having this guy. I guess I'm just going to leave his head like that for the rest of this video. It's been an honor to have this guy. And you know, a lot of people have wanted him, and I'm glad I was able to put the effort in to preserve him from being frankly destroyed and the box thrown out, which all would have happened had I not acted when I did. And I enjoyed getting some time with him, you know, using him for Christmas last year, etc. It's just been an honor, really. But that about wraps up this video. This will be the last night where I see this guy, because after this video I'm intending on packing him up, and hopefully in the next day or two sending him on his way. And then you guys should be seeing an unboxing video from the new owner. And I've not disclosed the owner or the price or anything like that, because that's private information, and the owner, if so chosen to, can, make a video on that channel, which I'm pretty sure is going to be happening. But I guess this is the end of the era of Donovan having Frosty the Snowman. I know there were at least minimum 2 of these in the United States. This is one of them. I don't know if the other one still exists, but who knows? Maybe I'll find the other one someday, or maybe someone else will find the other one someday. But needless to say, it has been an experience. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.